Hello world, Cosy here. Now, as a lot of you will know, I've been away from YouTube for the past 5 weeks, and during that time, quite a lot has happened in the world of sort of geek movies, comic books, video games, and in particular, one thing in pop music. Now, lots of you have been asking me what are my opinion on these things, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, starting with the twerking of Miley Cyrus. Now, there was a massive outrage over the past few weeks that I've been away about Miley Cyrus. Now, Miley Cyrus, she's gone from being a sort of Disney Channel actress to becoming an over-sexualised pop star. And for some reason, that's never ever happened before. Yeah. Of course, it has, because this is nothing new. When a Disney Channel actress goes over into the sort of pop realm, they of course need to get away from that perfect, saccharine sweet image that they've had as a child actress. It happened with Britney Spears, it happened with Christina Aguilera, and I'm so shocked that people actually consider this to be an issue. Remember, there's nothing new in pop music. Lady Gaga is basically a modern day equivalent of Madonna. And Madonna probably ripped someone off that my parents and your parents used to listen to. It's nothing new. Modern pop music is manufactured. If they can use shock value to sell a record, an album, an artist, they will. If they can use appearing on a TV show or in a film or in a chat show, they will. The record companies, the management, the people behind the Miley Cyruses are there to create money. They don't care how they do it. There is a product. That person is that product, and they'll package it however they want to get the right level of sales. And that's what's happening with Miley Cyrus. Also, the fact that she kind of looks like she's going down a similar route to Britney, where she may actually have a breakdown and no one's stepping in, shouldn't be a shock, because you know what? They only care about these stars to make money. The likes of Sony and EMI and all the other record labels are about making money. They're not about caring and nurturing the artists that they have. Deal with it. What about the comic book controversy? Now, for those of you who don't know, DC Comics recently had an issue of Batwoman where they would not allow Batwoman to have a lesbian marriage. She is in a lesbian relationship. She is a very high profile lesbian character that has been used quite a lot in the marketing of DC Comics as a sort of fairer modern brand of comic books. Well, why is this a shock? This is getting publicity. DC Comics do not care. Their New 52 initiative, while being hugely successful to start with, is actually dropping in sales and seemingly is getting a lot of criticism from fans and critics alike. Now, personally, I read Batman comics. Batman comics are always going to sell. I also read Green Lantern and dip into Justice League. They've all been fine as far as I'm concerned coming back from the New 52. I mean, Batman and Green Lantern pretty much hasn't changed at all. The status quo is the same as it was beforehand with very minor changes. Justice League has changed quite a bit, but the writing and the art on it has been so spectacular that you can kind of let it off. But it's in other areas. This is why things like changing the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott, to being a homosexual character, which, surprise, surprise, was done to get people's attention, to say, hey guys, why don't you read these comic books? We're crazy, we're controversial, and also we're giving something back to modern day America and the world. They do stuff like this to get your attention, to get publicity, to hopefully make one single issue of a comic book sell more, and then people might like that series and stay with it. It's nothing new. It's very similar to what I've been saying about pop music earlier. Comic book companies will do something drastic to sell you a comic book. What a shock. Speaking of comic books, let's talk about comic book movies. Now, there's been a lot of casting news over the last 5 weeks. Things like Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel being cast in Guardians of the Galaxy, James Spader being cast in Avengers 2, and obviously the big one that everyone asks me as a Batman fan about, Ben Affleck as Batman. Now, Batfleck, as the media seem to want to call him, I think this is fantastic. I am a huge Ben Affleck fan. The guy has serious acting chops. He has made 2 bad movies. 2. And everyone goes on about them. Those 2 bad movies are Geek and Daredevil. And if you watch the director's cut of Daredevil, which I have on DVD and you should all buy it, it's fairly cheap now, that movie's actually a good movie. The movie that was released in the cinema was trash in comparison. Going on about 2 bad movies in a guy's career is retarded. It makes no sense to me or anyone else when you see some of the fantastic films that he has made before and since. He's a guy who can go from comedy to serious with just a click. And also, have you seen the guy? Have you ever seen a drawing of Bruce Wayne? Put them next to each other. That's right, the guy looks like Bruce Wayne. He's the first actor to play Batman who looks like Bruce Wayne. He's going to be a fantastic Bruce Wayne and a fantastic Batman, in my opinion. And if he does well, I hope Warner Brothers and DC give him the opportunity to co-write and direct the Justice League movie, because as you know, the guy's got 2 Oscars for writing and directing. Carrying on from that, there's been some news from the DCU television series. In particular, obviously, Arrow has been renewed for a 2nd season and will feature what we call a backdoor pilot. For those of you who don't know, it's a way of bringing into a character to a series and then spin it off into its own series for The Flash. And for me, it's fantastic that we'll see The Flash in Arrow, but why is The Flash in a TV series when he should very clearly be in a movie series building up for the Justice League movie? This is another idea that I'm just going to throw out there. You know, DC, Warner Brothers, look at what Marvel did. Copy, paste, put your own characters in. Just throw it out there. Hugely successful. You have movies building up towards a big team movie, and then that big team movie is a massive success, and then you can spin off other movies. It's you just fails. You're just massive fails, Warner Brothers. What are you doing with this one? I mean, you already tried a Wonder Woman TV series with the pilot that was thrown out, that was written and directed by David E. Kelly. And what have you done with Wonder Woman since? Nothing. When she should also clearly be in a big budget Hollywood blockbuster movie. Oh, there's another series. Oh, what's that series that you want to have? Oh, that's right, Gordon. A series concentrating on Commissioner Gordon's early days in the police force. A series that you are making because you are trying to sell something off the name of Batman, which is the only thing that you can actually make that is any good on the big or small screen. You want to make this prequel TV show looking at Gordon, so you can take a character and you can just change and add stuff because he's not as big a character as, you know, the main hero in Gotham. And you can pass it off as a prequel TV series. And why? Why would you do that? I don't really want to see that. If you're going to do a TV series in Gotham, I would prefer if you picked another hero from Gotham other than Batman. Okay guys, that's part 1 of my big questions that you've been asking. There will be part 2 soon, and the link there, you'll be able to pop out and watch that. If you missed my last video, it was a long time ago, but it was a review for Alan Partridge Alpha Papa. There's a link there, you can pop out and watch that. Also, if you like this video, click the like button down there. There's a link to my Facebook, Twitter, and my Tumblr in the description box below. Also, leave me a comment or a video response. Make sure you subscribe, share this with all your friends, and until next time, au revoir.